Stephenson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship. It's also a pleasure to follow my constituency neighbour, the Honourable Member for Dunstable and Leighton Buzzard. And I'd like to congratulate the Honourable Gentleman, my constituency neighbour, the Member for Milton Keynes North, for securing this very important debate on woodland creation. As he knows, my constituency, and indeed he's mentioned, my constituency of Mid-Bedfordshire is home to the community forest of Marston Vale, one of a handful created in the 1990s to help establish and enhance woodlands. The Forest of Marston Vale has had a tremendously positive impact on the environment in Bedfordshire, with 16.9% tree coverage across the forest area, up from only 3.6% in 1991, and nearly 3 million trees, shrubs and hedgerows planted. That's transformed a Bedfordshire countryside scarred by our historic brickmaking industry into a beautiful place to spend time. Yet Bedfordshire is still in a nature and biodiversity crisis. Our countryside, and particularly our ancient woodlands, are under significant threat from development, both from the increasing numbers of people roaming our area as a result of population growth, which brings its own challenges to local nature, and from development proposals, including that at Keeper's Place, which the Honourable Member will be familiar with, straddling both of our constituencies. But this is just one example of the thousands and thousands of houses proposed to be built across the area of the Forest and Marston Vale in the coming decades. Our ancient woodlands are at their best when they're surrounded by nature. The community forest has done some fantastic work introducing reforesting and sustainable woodland management practices across Mid-Bedfordshire, but we cannot support our woodlands through reforesting alone. That is why I hope that the Minister will set out in summarising this debate how this government plans to ensure that our woodlands, ancient and newly created woodlands alike, will be protected over the short and long term. In particular, I endorse to the Minister the Woodland Trust's recommendation that the government should ensure that our ancient woodlands are protected, including through designation as sites of special scientific interest. I'd be interested for the Minister's comments in summing up, if possible. Finally, Mr Chairman, I'd like to conclude with a request to the government, and members have already spoken of it, and I know and welcome the government's ambition to create a new national forest in the Oxford-Cambridge growth corridor. Mid-Bedfordshire sits at the heart of that growth corridor, alongside honourable members' constituencies indeed, with the Forest of Marston Vale at the centre of that, and the expertise to deliver a new national forest that can be enjoyed across the growth corridor. I've made a number of representations to ministers already that I believe that the new national forest should be built on the Forest of Marston Vale by expanding southwards throughout my constituency, but also being of value to people right across the region. I believe this would provide a lasting benefit to the growth corridor and help to support the continued restoration of one of Britain's most nature-depleted landscapes. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Chris Hinchcliffe.